Mortal Kombat Deception may be one of the best Mortal Kombat games ever made.
What did he say?
He alone challenged Quan Chi and Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat.
Opening up with an intense cinematic showing Raiden fighting the Deadly Alliance, only to be overshadowed by the introduction of El Naga, the Dragon King, who is stronger than even Raiden, Quan Chi, and Shang Tsung combined. The powerful intro leads to a range of game modes like Tower, Conquest, Krypt, online play, and the two outstanding mini games, chess combat and puzzle combat. After that killer intro, it's only right to start with Conquest, Mortal Kombat story mode. And maybe it's a 20-year disconnect, but it took me a few minutes before I realized I have to make a Conquest profile. It's pretty cool that you can have multiple Conquest profiles if you have friends or family that want to play on their own. Just make sure you make it easy to remember the passcode. Okay, quick story recap. You start off as a boy named Shujinko, who gets his pure, naive heart manipulated at a young age by a false elder god, the Damashi. Shujinko then spends, literally, his entire life, from boy to old man, going to different realms, hunting down the Kamudagu for Damashi, only to find out once he collected them all, that he had been deceived, and Damashi turned out to be El Naga, the Dragon King. Now, El Naga is after Quan Chi, and Shujinko fled back to Earthrealm feeling like a fool, but ready to make things right, since he always did try to do the right thing. So yeah, as you can see, the story's kind of incredible, even 20 years later, and the ending hook for the next Mortal Kombat game has me ready to sink my teeth into Armageddon already. I'll be live streaming that and doing a review on it when I finish. Making this an open world game added so many enjoyable layers, from the meditating passing of time to getting into fights with villagers and other random Mortal Kombat characters walking around, except for Liu Kang. He blocks and tells you not to mess with him. Kind of a badass. The main story fights are often just training with different characters and learning their abilities. Although the ending boss of Scorpion's extremely annoying. First, because you have to win 3 rounds. Come on. The fuck? It's gotta be this fucking controller, dude. 5 rounds. What the fuck? Oh, he does the breaker when I'm dead already? They're not taking it easy on me at all, dude. Oh, for the love of God. And second, you play as Shujinko, but have 0 special moves, forcing you to master his combos after spending the whole game learning everybody else's combos. Now, before I move on from Conquest, I will say it's fun exploring and finding little Easter eggs and random chests that contain keys for the crypts. Speaking of Krypt, this game mode is one of my favorites in the Mortal Kombat franchise. Now, the Krypt isn't as advanced as today's open world Krypt, but it's still cool going to different tombstones and unlocking characters, skins, and concept art. Now, the towers are pretty much the same. You start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. The difference, let's say, tower in the story mode Conquest, is the fact that you can perform stage fatalities or destruction of a stage. In my opinion, one of the coolest features, and I don't know why they didn't implement that in the Conquest mode. Now, when I first played, I wasn't the biggest fan of this whole 3D style turning triple fighting styles, but as I played, I actually grew to love it and appreciate those features. Not to mention, everyone's third fighting style weapon felt super unique. Except for Scorpion. Why give this guy a massive sword when he has 2 katanas on his back? And then the spear is like 4 feet long. Where is he carrying that? No. Now, the icing on the cake, you might say, are these mini games. The first mini game is a 3D fighting style chess battle where you move and fight for squares to deliver a checkmate. Now, I'm an active chess player, and the chess side isn't so much there. I mean, you're not pulling off any opening moves, but the overall concept of chess is there, and it really works. And it's highly addicting. Even 20 years later, I find myself playing this game by myself late at night. What am I doing with my life? The second mini game, Puzzle Combat, is a competitive Dr. Mario Tetris game. This isn't one that I spent a ton of time on, but it's a fun mode, especially if you like the style of gameplay. Now, I noticed there's a few different versions of the game, the base game, the copy that I own, and 4 collector's editions. Okay, now for my personal rating. I'm gonna give this a solid 9.0 out of 10. That's like a 90 on a test.